Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one now. You got a question for RLN? Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby. Oh, now we getting real. Yeah, it's time to get down. Yeah, you gonna feel good now. Real good. That's what I'm talking about.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Reality Spirituality. I am your host, Rebecca Lynn Norrington. Yes, I know I've been taking a little hiatus. You know, the interesting thing about that is I've changed how I've been living my life. I don't plan anything. Social things is what I'm talking about. And I just go with my inspiration. And for whatever reason, I wasn't inspired to talk. I wasn't inspired to do a radio show 3 times a week. But I'm feeling it today, and I'm so glad that you're with me. For my new listeners, you're probably wondering, what is reality spirituality? Well, let me say that's a really good question. Great question, and I'm glad you asked because I have the answer. I have the answer. Reality spirituality is a term that I use to define our everyday life with spirituality. To define it, to detect it, it's basically living connected to the universe. And when I say living connected, I mean plugging in to a higher source, to a higher energy source that actually is the highest energy source that man has. And when you live a life plugged in, and when you live a life with a direction, with a guideline, if you will, what happens? You relax. You're not in a hurry. Your shoulders are down. It doesn't matter what happens to you. It doesn't matter what circumstances you're in. It doesn't matter if you have a job, you don't have a job, if you have someone in your life, if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, husband and wife. It doesn't matter because, quite frankly, you are enough by yourself. Now, of course, other people, things can come into your life to, I'm not even going to say enhance it, to accompany you on this journey. But I want to tell you, you are enough by yourself, and you can feel great, inspired, happy, joyful, passionate with nobody else in the room. Reality spirituality is not a religion, and it is a guideline to living connected. Now, when you're connected with your source energy, there are only a few emotions that you're going to feel. They're powerful, joyful, loving, light, happy, excited, peaceful, grateful. The list of great emotions is endless. And I don't care what happens to you. even if you get bit by a dog, which that happened yesterday. Can you believe I got bit by a dog yesterday? And I'll tell you that story later. You're going to have to listen in. But before I go on, I want to invite you to be a part of the show. You can call in with questions, comments, share your experiences, and the number here is 646-564-9619. 646-564-9619. What was I doing for a week and a half off? A week and a half off. What was I doing? Well, the universe. Have you ever watched clothes in a dryer tumbling and tumbling and tumbling and tumbling? I was tumbling for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. I was just getting all dried out. Up, down, back, forth. And there's a reason for that, because this is what I believe. When you get put in that dryer and you're tumbling around, where do you land? You land in a different spot than when you got in. You land in a different place. And so the universe wanted me in a different place. And this is one of my biggest challenges in my entire life. And that leads me to the topic of the show. You knew I was going to get to it. The topic of the show today is judgment. Judging. Let me tell you something. I could judge anybody. Oh, I knew what was wrong with them. I knew what they should have been doing. I knew what they could be. Listen, and this is the best part. Guess what? And I told them. I told them exactly what I thought. You're wrong. You should. Anytime you say you should to somebody else, I'm going to say myself. Anytime I said you should to anybody else, it was heavy. Now, I'm not saying I have it 100%. I'm not saying that I have it mastered. But this is how the universe taught me in the last week and a half about judging. I'm not a really big television watcher. There are a few shows that I love to watch. And every time that I watch the shows, especially the reality shows, I had an opinion about everyone on the show. One of my favorite shows is Survivor. It's actually a favorite show my son and I love to watch too, Nathan, Neo. And we have been watching it for 22 seasons. It's been on that long. And every week, when it's on, we connect. We either talk on the phone or we text. Sometimes I've even texted during the show to him. And it's always about the players. It's always about forming an opinion, whether I like this person or I don't. I think he deserves to win. And I judge their behavior. Are they liars? Are they cheaters? Well, this week's Survivor was fascinating because there is a person on the show that I could not end. He was mean. I even labeled him. I labeled him a bully. He was cruel. These are all my judgments now. I'm just sharing with you the story. These are all my judgments. He was cruel. He was a bully. He was mean. He was arrogant. He was leading the group. He told people what to do. He ruled with an arrogance that oh my goodness. When I say ruled, for the people that are not Survivor, this is just going to be really quick. There's probably about 8 people, 9 people on each team, and there's usually a leader of the team. Well, this person had an immunity idol, so he could not get voted off, and he was the leader on this team. He told people how to vote, who to vote for, and this is the thing. This is what really was interesting. He would tell the person that he's going to vote out, oh, by the way, you're going to be voted out. So you either accept it or jump into the fire. I couldn't stand it. And guess what? I knew that me can't standing him or me hating him I wanted to punch him. I knew it wasn't universal. So one of the things that I have tried to practice, and I'm getting pretty good at it, if I see something I don't like, and now I'm going to say this person that I didn't like on Survivor, the universe always nudges me and says, find something good about them. Find something good about the situation. How the hell can I find something good about a bully? But that was my assignment. And I'm watching the show. I'm watching the whole show. How the hell can I find something good about a bully? Well, let me tell you something. It got me scratching. It got me rubbing. I was, what is it? What could it be? And then I came up with it. I came up with the answer. And the answer is, he's going to be voted off. That's what's good. And the universe said, that's not the answer. Because he's going to be voted off, that's good. No. You have to find something good about him. What? I struggled, people. I struggled with this. Because in the end, let me say this. When you are judging, do you think judging adds to your happiness? Or do you think it subtracts from your happiness? Personally, I think judging is a burden. It is a burden. It's baggage that you do not need to do. You do not need to experience it. And so that's why I have to end it, because I'm into being happy. Let me tell you something. I thought, and then I finally came up with it. One of the sayings that I've been repeating, one of my mantras this week is, there is nothing I would change about this moment. I'm going to tie everything in. And I said, there's nothing I would change about this moment, meaning there's nothing I would change about this person that I don't like on Survivor. With that said, what's good about him and being a bully? Well, this is what's good. I'll tell you right after the commercial break. You're listening to Reality Spirituality? Come back with me. 30 seconds. We're going to come back.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Reality Spirituality. This is Rebecca Norrington, and thank you for listening. I want to invite you to call in 646-564-9619 with your comments or your suggestions or your questions. 646-564-9619. How did you like that cliffhanger? Well, lucky for you, I didn't make you wait long. That's not so bad to put you on pins and needles for 30 seconds. Come on now, audience. What is good about a bully? Well, here we go. There's nothing I would change about the moment. And each person is on their individual path. I was on my path years ago. I used to be a bully. Everybody is on their individual path, and there are no mistakes. This person, this bully, needs to behave like this in order to grow, in order to get to their next level. They need to behave this way because it's their journey. It's their journey to travel. All I am is on the sidelines. Am I judging their journey? Am I criticizing their journey? Who the hell am I to criticize somebody else's journey? So the bully, I'll tell you this right now, is not going to be a bully forever. I don't know how long he's going to be a bully, but he's not going to be a bully forever. And that's what I found good about it. Everyone is doing what they do the best that they can. Who am I to point my finger and say they're messed up? Because they need to go through this to get to the next level. I did. And when I came up with that, I was satisfied. And that is something good about the bully. Personally, look what the universe gave me. It's the same show. I'm watching this bully boss people around and be mean to people, and guess what? It's the same show. This person, before the show ended, had to be taken out for a medical reason. He had an appendicitis. First, they thought he was dehydrated and he was in pain, and they found out he had appendicitis. So when you are taken off the show, or when you're taken out by a medical unit, you are basically, that's the end of the show. His reign was ended, the same show. And this is the second thing. Whatever energy, bullying, you are going to get back. What you cause, you will effect. What you cause in your life, whether it's especially to someone else or some other people, you are going to get it back. Believe me, we are vibrating people. We are vibrating. And whatever vibration you put out, the universe is going to match it every single time. In the same show, this person had to go to a hospital. I look at that as what he caused, he will be affected by. And that's why this judging, if I judge, guess what? I'm the only one that's going to be affected by it, not anybody else. Do you think I can change anybody? That's the question. No. The only thing I can do is be an example. That's all I have. And why? I have to say it's a selfish reason. I want to be happy. I crave it. That's what I want more than anything. And when I say happy, I mean live connected. And if I'm judging, number one, it's heavy. Number two, it's a burden. Number three, I'm going to get back. Believe me, I'm going to get back whatever I put out. This universe is about cause and effect. It's that simple. Now, getting rid of judging doesn't happen overnight. It's just like a child that's being born. He's not going to come out walking. And this journey of growing and this journey of looking at things differently, there's no hurry to it. There's no rush. But let me tell you, I'm going to promise you this, that if you do take this journey of living connected, you will live in heaven. Heaven on earth. I don't know anything better than that. I can't conceive of anything better than walking around and feeling like I'm in heaven. Yesterday, I went walking, just walking to the post office. I just take an hour stroll. And I see this man with two dogs, small dogs. And as soon as they saw me, they just started yapping, yap, 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 just yap, yap, yap. I watched the dog whisperer. I know what to listen. No eye contact. I just keep walking. I'm walking. And the owner of these dogs, for whatever reason, didn't pull the leash all the way back close. So one of the dogs, while I was walking by, jumped on the back of my leg, and it felt, because I've never been bitten by a dog before, it felt like a scratch. And I kept walking. And I walked about 10 more paces. And I looked at my leg, and it wasn't a scratch. It was a friggin' dog bite. And I looked. I didn't say anything. And I kept walking again, maybe about another 5 to 8 paces. And I said to myself, because I know, if you get bit by a dog, you need to know if they've had the rabies shot. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna ask the owner if his dogs had been vaccinated. Vaccinated. And I turn around and I ask him, I said, do your dogs have their shots? And he says, yes. And he said, why? And I said, well, your dog bit me. And then he said, no, they didn't. You kicked my dog. well, if this person had said, no, you didn't, you kicked my dog 5 years ago or 2 years ago, I would have kicked him. Forget the dog. And I said yes, and I showed him my bite, and I took a picture of it, and I said I need to take a picture of your dog's collar, your tags. I took a picture of that, and the man said, he didn't bite you, and I said yes, and I showed him my leg. I asked for his name, I asked for his address, and he was more than willing to give it to me. But the interesting thing was, my energy was calm. My energy wasn't aggressive or angry, or it was just a calm, okay, energy. I was still connected, even though I just got bit by a dog, and the guy is telling me I'm a liar. I got all of his information, and I said, listen, when people walk by your dogs, you have to make sure that you pull your leash tight so they're around you, so they can't go and bite someone else. I said, I'm saying this because children can get bitten. Oh, by the way, the dog that bit me, the owner picked the dog up. He knew that dog was a problem. He picked him up. He didn't leave him on the sidewalk. He knew that dog was a problem. And I said, children can get bitten. And he still insisted that I kicked him. And I said, listen, I know the law. I'm a police officer. Now, I do work for the Department of Justice, but I ain't a police officer. But yesterday I felt like saying I was a police officer. And I said, listen, sir, I'm going to let you know if there's anything that happens with the leg. And I actually shook his hand. I said, enjoy your day. I'm not angry at you, but I want you just to be more careful with your dogs. Pull them in if you don't have them trained. And that was my day yesterday. So that is what I'm talking about when I say living connected in every moment. There is nothing outside of me that is I am going to allow to take my happiness, my connection. There is nothing outside of me that I'm going to allow to influence or make me unplug. It's not going to happen. I want to thank you for listening to today's show. Thank you for your emails. Thank you for your suggestions. I really appreciate all of you. Tomorrow night we're going to have Meditation Monday. And you've been listening to Reality, Spirituality. This is Rebecca Norrington. Tune in tomorrow. Have a great, great, great day. Bye.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Reality, spirituality. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one, man. Reality, spirituality. You got a question for RLN? Reality, spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get some